Thanks, Govindo. And I think great points and conversation. And I think in anything, it's really important to start with how you frame the problem, right? I think that has a large implication in terms of how you come out of the problem as well. And interestingly, as you pointed out, Govindo, if you think of our country and as we think of solving for the balance of payment problem, and as Nihal quite correctly laid up, 2020 is going to get managed. It's about 2021 and onwards. What's in store, right? How do we do it? And in fact, I'd argue what we should be solving for is not 2021. It should be the next 10 years. We got to take a longer term view and then invest into that right now, right? The base reality is you need to figure out what's within your sphere of influence, and what's within your influence work with a lot of clarity, intensity, and urgency. And that lays up, I think, the fact that all of us as a country don't consistently even measure what the impact of this industry is. And broadly, what we're terming it is the knowledge and innovation industry, right? That's delivered about $1.8 billion in 2019, in fact. It's been growing at a rate of about 19% for the last 5 years. We've actually tipped to be about $2.2 billion is what we were kind of targeting to kind of hit 2020. To answer your question, I think, is that achievable? Probably not what we had targeted for in 2020, for the simple fact that the whole world is going through the 3 stages you mentioned, right? There is the initial deer in a headlight lockdown situation. No one's kind of knowing what's going to happen. People are going to have to come through the survival stage. But if you really kind of then project out beyond that, and I'm borrowing from what you shared earlier, all those realities, that the trends that were in play are all enabled through knowledge and innovation. Every one of those have been enabled, and we take it for granted, right? I think all of us, the fact that we are surviving through this period of the lockdown is fundamentally enabled because of the technological advancements, right? So without a doubt, that's just going to really fast track, and the demand and the need for that's going to really intensify. So if there is one industry that really can see through and be able to truly kind of propel the whole country, is absolutely this knowledge and innovation industry. And I think it's also important to, and as I said earlier, it's how we frame this, right? And I think one of the biggest opportunities for us is, up to now, that industries got viewed as purely IT or BPM. That's kind of been, although we've been concerted from SUSCOM itself. If you go back over the last 2 years, we did a concerted effort. In fact, even the chamber name was changed from the IT BPM industry chamber to the knowledge and innovation industry. For the fact that I think as a country, we need to really embrace this. And I'll give you a quick example. Cisco Labs is now globally reimagining how food will get done from farm to fork, right? And that whole enablement is happening from Sri Lankan engineers. Now, shame on all of us as a country that we have had that talent and that capacity to think, but we haven't reimagined tea and really been able to take that to the rest of the world. And I think that's the opportunity for us to reframe our industries and really think of the composite of all of these coming together, and include that into what we deem as knowledge and innovation.